Man. Yeah, we sitting here talking about Silent Night and how the Temptation shut the song completely down. No one has done it better since the Temptations. Alright. Zoom, zoom. Let me cut my phone on silent. Do not disturb. Could be just my look. Somebody calls me.
Mm-hmm. The camera straight?
Yeah, we rolling.
Oh,
my hair look cute. Oh, my look, cameras make you look 10 times.
Right.
Bigger than what you really is. Hi.
What's going on, everybody? It's yours truly, Mufasa Fashaw, coming to you live with another episode of the best podcast in the world, the Alphacology Podcast, the most alpha podcast you ever gonna get.
Alpha, baby.
You know it. And I have Miss Brittany B with me here. And we're gonna run down a couple topics that, that's near and dear to my heart. And I think that we're gonna share some perspectives.
Okay.
And drop some gems. I know we're gonna drop some gems. So the first thing I want to run down, being the most alpha version of yourself. I always say alpha version of yourself, alpha male version of yourself. Somebody say the best version of yourself, whatever. I call the best version of myself the alpha version of it. And and that goes for men, especially men, and that also goes for women. Whatever that is, she's striving to be. And I'm trying to figure out what is an alpha female, because I done heard that, oh, you an alpha male, I'm an alpha female. I done heard that, right, Miss Brittany B. And I'm going to be honest, the only thing, when somebody asked me what an alpha female was, the first thing that came to my mind was two things.
Okay.
The woman that's married to an alpha male, right?
So that's what you thought an alpha female was,
right?
She had to be married to an alpha male,
right? And
like
then they was like, no, they don't necessarily have to be that. So I say, okay, so it could just be an alpha female among her peers. What do you think that is? And I said, well, the most attractive woman, the most physically attractive woman in the group of her friends, that's the alpha female. That's how I looked at it.
Okay.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That's wrong?
I don't think it's wrong. That's your opinion.
Right, that's my opinion.
I think now that you're educated and you know a little more now. See, when you were young, you just think
I love the alpha female, the alpha male.
That's your type of an alpha female.
Yeah, I love the perspectives. Yeah. But I don't mind hearing other perspectives on it, because it ain't no right or wrong.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I only say that because that's who stand out. You get what I'm saying? If I see a group of women, I'm gonna locate the most attractive one. Mm-hmm. It's just in my DNA to do so.
Yeah.
Now I go from there. Now that might not even be the alpha female. Who knows? Right?
Right. So my opinion and my specific definition of what an alpha female is to me is someone who's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Someone who does stand out from the crowd, but it's not all necessarily attention based. It's just like I walk into a room and I light up the room, not purposely, but just got that boss mom, that boss girl energy.
It ain't on you, it's in you.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm getting to. But she also is a woman who's on her stuff, And what I mean by that is she's independent financially. Because let's be honest, none of us women want to be just independent where we don't need a man. We're not talking about that independence. We're talking about just independent financially.
Right.
Either entrepreneurship, job, but she can hold her own. And she's willing to submit to her man. Now that's a trigger word for ladies, so I know we're going to have to dive into that a little bit.
I want to have a podcast one day. I just need to find the right women. I want to name it Submission is Fun.
Submission is fun. Ooh. Submission is fun. You just got to quit submitting to sucker people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, certain people, you should be. I don't think every woman is supposed to submit to every man. But I tell those men, your woman ain't submit to you. They ain't really your woman. You gotta find your new one. And
I disagree with that though, because some men
disagree with
can't lead. Some men, they need a woman to lead them.
See,
and some women, no wait, some women like to lead, like to be in the lead. So what's wrong with the reversal of roles?
That's fine. That's for beta males.
Ooh, that's them beta males. See, that's
for beta males.
So we're talking beta and alpha, but I mean, what is the distinguished determination now that you know what I look at an alpha female as?
Alpha is leader. Alpha is first. Alpha has a plan, right? And that's it. If I come into a woman's life, I have a purpose in my life already. If she come into my life, it has to fit. You have to be able to go with my plan or enhance my plan. I'm not dealing with a woman who wants to be the lead because I wasn't raised to be no follower. I just wasn't, right? I was raised to do whatever I put my mind to the best of my ability. And if I say this is my purpose, my goal in life to help men, young men get better,
help them. I ain't even recording this. Shit, it's on your phone.
But anyway, we gonna keep going. Yeah, go and hit that record button. That's what is that recording?
That's recording.
All right, so we still live. This thing going straight to YouTube. And
all right, cool.
And like I was saying before, you forgot to hit the
record button.
Right.
Okay.
As a man, you want to be an alpha male, right? And some of us aspire to be that because we don't do good with authority or do good following people. If you're not a good follower, then chances are you're a good leader.
Okay.
Right? So I know I'm not a good follower. I know I don't follow instructions well. I follow my instructions pretty good, right? But with that being said, if you're trying to be the best version of yourself, how you gonna do that under somebody? How you gonna be the best version of yourself when you're not ever in the lead of anything? I understand you could go to a job and they pay you to do. I always say, you're paying me to do a job. You the leader. Look, I get my check. This our business agreement. But in my household, I gotta be the leader. I have to have certain things set up. Even if a man don't want to lead and want his woman to lead, I never seen a man that was happy in a relationship where his woman was dominating him. I never seen it. And then, honestly, I done seen women dominate men in relationships and they found me attractive. The man who you can't dominate.
I mean, because ultimately, as women, as bad as some of us may not want to admit, we don't want to be in charge and taking the lead all the time. We want somebody to tell us to sit our butt down. Yeah, that's why you got Moneybag Yo be like, I'm going to grab your neck and screw you good, because we like stuff like that.
Oh,
you feel me? But we want to fight when it comes to right and wrong. So I want to go back, though. I want to talk about this. How did you know how to be an alpha male? Who taught you? Who's teaching you to lead?
The men in my life.
Okay.
The men in my life. No, they weren't perfect, but I know they cared about me and they wanted to see me. When you produce your seed, you have kids, you want to see them dominate. You want to see them on top. Do you raise your child to follow behind people?
No.
All right. So
no.
My dad was being big on you gotta be a leader, not a follower. Figure this thing out. Figure out what you like, what you don't like. Figure out what you're good at, what you're not good at. Right? I figured that at an early age, I was not going to be a good basketball player. The shots wasn't going in. I could get to the hoop. I could drive. A little short, stocky, real reckless. So I'm filing out at games, running people over. It just wasn't my thing. But I figured, football, that's my thing. Yeah, boxing, that's my thing.
I could see you like standing up there getting tackled. Ooh, basketball, nah, they jumping on top of you.
So now it would probably be different if I was different physical stature. But what I'm really saying is, if I was a follower, I'd probably be playing basketball because that's what all my friends was doing. But I realized that I cannot dominate how I want to dominate in this sport, but I can dominate over here. So I always tell anybody who I'm doing the life coaching sessions with, the alpha male sessions, that's what I call them. I say, man, capitalize on your strengths. If you know how to sing, but you're a trash rapper, why you keep rapping? Go on, start singing, dog. You know, stuff like that. It just be simple. It just be some simple fixes. And then when it comes to women, I tell them simple. If she don't submit, you gotta quit. It ain't no reason. That means she don't see you as a man. Oh, he's not a good leader. I tell women this too.
Why does it always have to be that we don't see you as a man?
You don't, because you don't see me leading you, right? Why are you with a man you can't see yourself submitting to?
Why does that have to be
That's
perfect?
the beginning of a toxic relationship. And you're going against your nature too, as a woman.
That's true, but I don't think you should look at it like that. Like, well, I guess it goes back to the last episode. Who are we dealing with? Because some women have not been taught how to submit.
Right. So
some women don't know how to submit.
And they're going to have to learn the hard way, and that's fine.
What's the hard way?
Trial and error. You get in these relationships, and you try to date an alpha male, and you realize that ain't going to work, right? Or you date you a beta male that lets you do everything you want to do, and you can walk all over him, and you realize you're unfulfilled.
Okay.
So something got to give. Which one it is? You gonna give in to your ego, or you gonna give in to what I say your natural femininity, right? And at the end of the day, I don't think most women are designed. Like, I was watching a podcast. This one, she was like, "I'm not designed to work hard all my life." Men are designed for that. Like, literally, my grandfather, rest his soul, he say, even when he retired, I said, "Man, you don't take it easy." He was like, "Man, if I start working, I'm gonna die. I gotta find something to do."
I've heard that before too.
I gotta find something to do.
I've heard that, especially
my grandma,
me and my family.
My grandma, the less work she do, the longer she finna live.
But that's true though. I just had a conversation with my business partner about a week ago, and he's an alpha male.
Right.
And I was like, "Whew, I'm tired of working hard." And his response was, "Yeah, y'all independent alpha females." And he was like, "It's not in you guys to work hard for a long time. Men were built like that." So that's pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah, like I make $1 million. I'm going to spend all week, all my days trying to make 2 million. Once I get 2, I'm gonna try to make 10. Once I get 10, I'm gonna try to make 50. It's people out there who get that money and just stop. Not me. I'm gonna try to grow that because I know I have a legacy to uphold. I know I want generational wealth. A lot of people don't see it that way. They're like, "Oh, I got money now, I can relax." I done seen that with people when they get their taxes and they ain't flipped it, ain't invested, ain't saved nothing. That junk take work. And a lot of women, they'll do it for a little minute, but they like, this ain't, I got everything I need now.
Man,
at some point,
that's me.
Right. At some point, you're going to want that family. You're going to want to be a nurturer. At some point, no matter what, you're going to want to be a nurturer. And
I feel like I just feel like I'm at that point in my life.
A masculine man
Yes.
that's the only person that's going to really open that door up and allow you to do that. Like, and allow you to feel complete about it. So, I look at the whole alpha female thing. I think mine is good. You married to an alpha male. That means you doing something, you doing something to keep him around, doing something right. Most men who are masculine men, they want their women soft and feminine. I don't mind a woman that works hard, but you gotta know when to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
so what type of women do alpha females, what type of women do alpha males? What type of women you guys look at? Like, what type of women are you guys looking for?
I'm gonna be honest.
Because us women, we need to know, right?
It depends, yes, right. So I hate to start off with it depends. But it depends where you are in life and what kind of where you at in life and where you trying to get to. Some men probably already at the top and they just want their woman to be what I call a stay-at-home trophy wife. Kevin Samuels explained that, where they just keep up with the kids and their beautification or whatever while he go out there and make the moves, right? Some men, we probably not at the top, right? So we need a woman that can help carry out our plan, help us carry out our plans to get to the top. And if that's what and sometimes you're gonna have to weigh that out, cause that's the hard part. Cause some women, they'll be very career and ambitious driven, and if they get with a man who's not that ambitious, they get frustrated. I noticed that, and I tell men all the time, and when women call me, oh, he just playing that game, oh, he just doing this, and he just come home and do the same thing, and they don't never see him doing nothing different, cause he's straight. I go home, I get off work, I get on my game for a couple hours, and I'm like, man, she want attention. Okay, I give her attention, and she's still complaining. I say, yeah, she don't see no growth. She might not want to be in that 2-bedroom apartment. She might want to be in a 4-bedroom house. What you doing to make that happen? What you doing to make that happen? You going back to school? You getting new certifications? You getting new degrees? What you doing to make that happen? Oh, nah, I've been thinking about it. How? She don't know that. Y'all ain't never talked about that. All she see you do is play the game and and then you turn around and have sex with her. They get tired of that.
That's true.
They get tired of that. Now, guess what? If you put her in a situation where you the man, you the boss, maybe it's a different complaint. You know, I always say, it's hard to keep a woman satisfied. But, like that one joke. You ever heard that one joke?
You talking about the one where you just said? Or? Okay.
Where that one joke was like, the man was praying to God, and the man said, and God said, I'm going to give you one desire of your heart. He said, I want to build a road from California to Hawaii. And God was like, man, that's too much. That's too much. Find something else.
Okay.
He said, God, I just want my wife to always and forever be happy with me. God said, how many lanes you want that road?
So he's saying that you're never gonna get that.
Yeah. But you know, happiness is your responsibility. I let women know that all the time. I'm not gonna try to mess your happiness up, but ultimately, it's your responsibility, right?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, are you talking about self-happiness, like happy within herself, her confidence, those type of things? Because people get married to have happiness together.
Right, but it's way easier dealing with somebody who has that self-happiness, who could generate happiness on
who's just already like, so what I'm hearing you say is a healed woman. Yes. Who generates internal happiness. She has confidence. She believes in herself. She's not down all the time. She doesn't have a lot of mental health days and all of that good stuff. Someone who's already know who they are and where they're going.
Right. So.
Okay.
And because guess what? When you do get to where you're going, you still need a woman to help you maintain that, right? Or whatever you trying to build a family, whatever. It's not that hard. But it's just, you have to know yourself. You got to know that woman. You got to understand, and have great communication. So that's how I look at the whole alpha female thing. I don't care if you call yourself an alpha female, how much money you make. Can you fit into my life and help me get to where I'm going?
Let me tell you something. This is the one thing that I don't like about you alpha males.
What?
It sounds like it's all about self.
If I don't love me, who will?
Hear me out on this. So I talked to him, and then I got my business partner who's an alpha male. We have conversations all the time. Me and you text back and forth all the time, just trying to see what type of people we are. Y'all talk just alike. You guys make a woman feel not like they're not important, like they're more of a job or a task versus somebody that you're in love with and you want to grow with. You guys look at it like, oh, we're going to build this life together and this life is going to benefit you, so that's what you should be happy with.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, please, the DNA of the alpha male, I need that.
All right, so you have chemistry and compatibility.
Okay.
Me and you both have the possibility, because love and compatibility are two separate entities, right? Chemistry is what women and men who aren't mature bank on. Oh, we have fun, we look at each other and we get turned on, we having all this sex, and it clouds your judgment. Compatibility is the boring shit, day-to-day operations. Where are we going? Do we share the same values? Are we on the same game plan? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I done got married off of chemistry alone. We did not have the same game plan. And that breeds a lot of resentment when we're not on the same page, we're not equally yoked. So as I get older, I put compatibility before I put chemistry. All right?
Okay.
Chemistry that's now I love black women, right?
I hope y'all taking notes, lady.
I love black women. You have a pretty smile and a warm personality and strong feminine energy. That gets me going. That's good on the chemistry tip, right? But that compatibility is important because I believe in the Most High and I want to go to church on Sundays. But you don't believe in the Most High. You believe in astrology. And you're not going to church on Sundays because the pastors could be fake or they might be out there in scandals, which we're going to address a little bit later. But
Okay.
now we not equally yoked. Now this shit might not work.
I got you.
Because I could come home and say, hey, this is what God leading me to do. We need to go in this direction. And you're saying, no, this is what the sun, the moon, and stars say. Baby, and guess what? And that's when you're going to find out if I'm an alpha male or a beta male. Because I'm either going to march to the beat of your drum
Or I'm out.
or I'm out. My way or the highway. So for me to not even get to that, I deal with women who we already on the same page. You follow the Most High, I follow the Most High. Perfect. We iron sharpens iron. When I'm slipping spiritually, you slipping. When you slipping spiritually, I know I could talk to you and say, hey, you slipping. You need to go pray a little bit more. You need to go meditate in those things. Versus it be a knockdown, drag out fight. Cause
you're trying to get her on your program. She trying to get you on her program.
I'm in the Bible and you on these crystals.
Yeah.
And I ain't on nah, dog. Like that's not gonna be.
So what you're saying is it saves you a lot of time.
It saves you a lot of time.
Wasted
The compatibility saves you a lot of time. And guess what? Believe it or not, the more you realize you're compatible, the more that woman is gonna turn you on, and you get where you're going. A lot of alpha males too, they're not cerebral. We just got it. We just got that energy that's in us, but we don't know how to use it the right way, right? And I get like an alpha male going the right path would probably end up a pastor. An alpha male with a lot of alpha energy going down the wrong path would probably end up a what?
Kingpin.
A pimp.
Uh-huh.
Same thing. Like all kingpin or something like that, right? So it just depends, and it's a lot of nuances in between. But you're gonna meet a lot of women. You're gonna attract a lot of women. And a lot of these women gonna have a lot of stuff you like and a lot of stuff you don't like. So that's how you have to realize compatibility is more important than the chemistry. Once you get older, you'll see that. That's what
I see it now though. Because women operate from chemistry. Let's just be honest. We operate from chemistry first. Not all women, but I know in the past I've operated from chemistry first and then tried to see the compatibility. By that time, I'm 4 months in, and I'm like, oh, we really, really, really not compatible. I've wasted my time, my energy, and everything else, gas or whatever.
Now you're frustrated.
Now you're frustrated and you're moving on.
Now you don't see him as a leader because you realize, dang, this man ain't got no plan.
But that's a good strategy to vet women to see if a woman is for you. But I'm more so into when you get that woman, and you guys. I haven't dated an alpha male, so I cannot quote this and say that this may be factual for all alpha males, but to me, the way that you guys talk in conversation, it just seems like you get that woman and she's more of a job versus, your
blessing.
wife, versus a blessing, you know?
Yes, a lot of them are more of a job versus a blessing. And I learned that for me personally.
So is that just how it is, or that's just not finding somebody that's not compatible?
The more uncompatible that woman is, the more of a job it is. The more I have to communicate to you what I want. The more
it's just crazy.
The more I got I gotta communicate to you what I want. the more it feels like a job.
Mm.
Because sometimes leadership is hard, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to help me lead. I ain't always gonna be leading you. You gotta be, at some point, you the assistant head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the head coach, you the assistant head coach now. So it's almost like you know the plan. You know I wanna do my podcast. An example of that would be, dang, I need to find some stuff for my podcast, or I need to find a podcast place. And I'm doing all that. That's what I'm doing Saturday.
Nah, that's where your woman's supposed to kick in. That's
you
what
like,
we
oh,
do.
okay, yeah, we'll do that. And then boom, by the end of the day, she got about 6-7 places we could check out. And you like, God damn. Another chick one be like, well, when you gonna do it? Well, I want to hang out Saturday. It's like a distraction. So we have to always, I know it's probably sound like a broken record, but shoot, sometimes I'm up here reminding myself of that same stuff. Like, these the women I need in my life. I don't do the trophy. I'm never gonna do the trophy wife thing. My grandma wasn't no trophy wife. My mom wasn't no stay-at-home trophy. I don't deal with them types. And then when I dealt with them types, I said, what the hell is this?
Sure. Sitting at home looking cute with the kids is cool, but I want to be out building businesses, chasing millions.
Right.
But
and
I want to build.
I think when you get old, when you get older, you can sit and chill and do that.
And kick your feet up and watch the grandkids and travel.
Watch your grandkids and guide your kids to bigger heights than you, or help them get there. But that's the fun part. I always thought it was fun, like going to the gym, working out. Some people do it for a goal. I do it because, hey, this is fun. This is part of my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my body strong. I'm gonna build it up. Same thing with my family. If it's opportunities, I'm constantly looking for opportunities to elevate my family.
Yeah.
That's a real alpha male right there. And it sounds like, dang, this man's selfish. But I know if I'm on top of my game, guess who else gonna be on top of their game? Guess who else gonna set the bar high? If I do real estate. If I sell $1 million worth of houses and my wife a real estate agent, she should be right behind me.
Right, because you should be gaining her. If she's struggling, you should be gaining her. It's
naturally,
a team effort.
Yeah, naturally, right behind me. So
I want to ask a question, if I can interject. So when you guys take women out on a date, what are the top 3 things that you're looking for? The first 3 things that come to your mind that you already know you're gonna ask her.
On a date?
Yep, on that very first date.
Most of this stuff I already know. I'm not taking you on a date unless I think we're compatible. Like, I already like you.
So we're there. You're compatible. We go on the first date.
Okay, your body language.
Okay.
Okay. Does the energy on the phone match the energy in person? Because I done been there too, where I done talked to a chick on the phone. I'm excited to see her, and I get there, it's flat. Right? So
what does that typically mean? What is that a sign of?
It was a sign. Women do this very well, where they'll talk a good game and
they talk about it and don't be about it.
Don't talk about it, don't be about it. Or somebody who had their heart, I say another man or something, got their attention right before y'all even made it to the date. I tell dudes, I'm like, man, wait a week, wait a couple days to see what, because some of these women, they out here dating, they just want attention because the guy who they really like ain't giving them attention right now. And I see you on the date and you doing all this and doing all that with your phone and posting everything on social media. I'm like, who you trying to get validation from? But if we got the chemistry going, we into each other and we having a good time and we discussing goals, dreams, telling stories, cracking jokes, you showing your personality and it's warm and it's beautiful, then I want to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And that brings me to what I watched. I watched the podcast on Simone Biles and how her husband was saying like, I met this girl and I thought it was gonna be all right, and then it turned out it was lit. And he said that. And
he cuffed that girl.
And I was saying,
yes.
and I did, and everybody been going up crazy on social media because he talked like me. This girl adds value to my life. I ain't care about none of that other stuff. how can you help me? You know what I'm saying?
And he young too for him
Yeah,
to even be
but
talking
no,
like that.
But y'all say young, but we've been talking like that. It's in you. That's an alpha male.
It's in you, but you don't hear typical 22?
2020, yeah.
Yeah, 22-year-olds just talk like that. They're normally
And
at this stage of trying to run game and play game and get a taste of all of the women
yeah, so
that he wants.
And that's crazy because it's like some men, they got a plan and they know exactly who finna hit those cylinders, right? And I advise against men who, especially in professional athletes, when I did do a couple coaching sessions with a couple professional athletes that was young, I told them not to get married while they're playing in the basketball, playing NFL, NBA. You gotta focus on your career because that could be a great distraction, a big ass distraction.
As a woman, I agree with you on that.
Because women do that. I'll tell a WNBA how long you want your career, how high you trying to take this. All right, you know you're gonna have to super focus, and it's hard for a lot of women to understand that. Some women, they're feminine enough, they're super patient, and they just worship the ground a man walk on. They're willing to wait around for years and be on the back burner until his career.
It'd be the money. It'd be the money.
But guess what?
The money makes it easier to stay.
But okay, so the money make it easier to stay. What you do when you got a woman that got that money too? But you still want her, and she still wants you.
She's thugging it out with him.
They not, and I'm gonna tell you why they not thugging it out. Cause they own the same shit. They're compatible. They know what it takes. First one in the gym, last one out the gym. Only a woman who used to play sports at a high level will understand a man who plays sports at a high level.
Yeah. That's true. The compatibility.
If the
compatibility is there, then yes, it does make it easier to stay in a relationship with someone.
Yeah, if your daddy plays sports on the high level, or I won't even say she got to play, but if she had men around her who was in that career field, she'll be understanding to, okay, I know he don't have a lot of personal time, but when he do, he coming over here because he's comfortable, he's safe. He know that girl ain't out to get him.
Yes.
And that's why and then, of course, she have a great personality. He said all that. Yeah, I'll probably lock that in, too.
Yeah.
But if it was one of these little hotshot IG models, I ain't locking that shit in. I already know.
Well,
I know what it is.
You already know what it is with the pretty girls or the IG models.
And I'm not saying Simone Biles. She's an attractive woman. She has a pretty smile. But she is not what I call your prototypical male gaze type woman, because she not gonna have them curves like that. She's very muscular.
Very muscular.
She
has a very muscular body.
Yeah.
But one thing that I did read in an article.
She is a gymnast, so she flexible. She probably live. You know what?
She definitely flexing all over that. I know I would be.
So
I definitely, if it was me, I would be. But no, I wanted to say.
But the crazy part is
what?
All the negative stuff. I leave him, or she better than him. Like, why y'all trying to be in competition with men? These are two different people. They just understand an athletic lifestyle. Y'all don't understand.
Lack of education. You just said lack of education. That's why it's a lot of women that are operating from their trauma. And when you operate from trauma, you don't see things clearly. But I'm gonna tell you, I read an article where she was talking about, somebody asked her what made her marry him. And one of the things that she said was he listens very well. And I want to kind of relate that to alpha males. So like I told you, I've never dated an alpha male, right? So I asked 6 of my friends who I know has dated alpha males. One's married to one. One used to be married to one. And I asked them, I said, hey, do alpha males listen? Every last one of them said absolutely not. So I just want I guess I kind of want to relate that to alpha males a little bit. Do you agree with that statement that alpha males do not listen to their significant others when it comes to, and I'm going to get specific in this, when it comes to opinions, knowledge, and beliefs? Because they already had, the article went on to say, or not the article, but one of my friends went on to say, she thinks one of the reasons why they don't listen is because you guys already have a system set up, a blueprint set up of how you guys operate and how you guys want to do, and you guys are really setting your ways. So would you agree with that or no? And why? Why not?
Yeah. On certain topics, you got about 4 minutes to make sense to me. If you just saying, if I go, let's say it's two doors and we got exits. It's 2 doors here. Let's say it's a door right here, a door right there.
Okay.
You could lose me for the rest of the day if I get up and just walk over here to this door and you like, why you ain't use that though? You could have used that door. Why are we having a conversation about that? Now I gotta tune you out. I don't know what you want today. But now,
wait a minute, I'm lost. Wait. You go out this door, and she asks you why you didn't go out of this door.
Yes,
y'all
do that.
Tune her out though.
Because why is that a conversation? We're both leaving.
Oh, okay. So we done met up with each other. We going home now.
Yeah, but
okay.
No,
yeah,
I could. You probably wanted to go that way, but I went this way.
That's combative.
Yeah, that's just being combative. So a lot of women don't know they're subconsciously combative. We're having conversations that don't matter. We're having conversations.
So first we gotta find out if the
and
conversation
then if my
is relevant.
sister been working, and you want to change my system, why the hell you want to change my system? Nothing wrong with it. It's working. It's working. Yeah, I probably could cut. Oh, you could do it like this. Okay, that's gonna save me 30 seconds. I don't give a fuck.
So you like, so she bakes steak and baked potatoes, and she like, you cut your steak. She cut her steak. She be like, baby, why you didn't cut your steak like this?
Yeah,
that's an irrelevant conversation.
That's irrelevant. Next time, cut my steak for me. How about that? Since that's what you want to do.
So hearing that repetitive in your relationship makes you not listen to her?
It make it, the more you have them pointless conversations or
excuse me,
black women have this is a better way conversation.
Ooh.
Right? But you ain't never, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have a lot of those to where I'm just tuning you out. Now, guess what? We listen. Like, for example, you talk about Simone Biles. Oh, he listens. He's attentive. Because we see that. She probably talking about gymnastics. I don't know shit about gymnastics. I'm finna be all in. How the hell you made it to number 1?
That part.
It's kind of like, even with, a woman I'm dating.
Yeah.
Right? You're a physical therapist. When you talk about physical therapy, I'm all in. Okay, I need to do it like this. Okay, bet.
Okay.
That's your area of expertise. But now, if I go in that boxing gym and I'm doing something, and you like, why you don't do it like this? I think you should. Do you box?
So you saying pretty much let us women stay in our lane. We need to stay
just stay. It's all simple. Stay in your lane, and then even if you see he doing something different, that's when you sit back and then you just observe. Like, okay, let me see how.
Let me see what happened before I open my mouth.
Yeah, let me see how you solve this problem. And then you be like, dang, babe, I went this way. I'm gonna stop going back this way because I almost got a flat in my tire. And it was like, wow, I was hoping you realized that. I done had chicks say that, and I appreciate that. I was just hoping you realized that, but yeah, that road raggedy. I was gonna tell you, yeah.
So
my mom used to do that. My dad, like, you know what? I'm gonna just let him figure it out for himself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta do that. That's how you, and that's another thing. I know she got game because she probably stroked his ego. And she's stroking it with.
Baby, she ain't just stroking
Pause.
the ego. She ain't just stroking the ego. You hear me?
Pause. Yeah. I mean, she a gymnast. She do.
But I don't understand why women dragging her though. To be honest, because I mean, what? So tell us the conversation. It was
all right. So things especially on Twitter and Instagram, it's a lot of narcissistic behavior from women. I think it's because they're bitter. They had low self-esteem, so they have an inferiority complex. And if a man don't get on there, basically worshiping their woman. I tell a woman off whip, I'm not gonna worship. I worship God. That's it. I'm not gonna worship you. That's the first thing. That's the first lesson we learned in the Bible with Adam and Eve. God kicked Adam out of there because he was worshiping Eve. He was a follower. Adam was a beta male. That's the first.
Wait a minute. Don't do Adam like that.
Yeah, I gotta do Adam like that.
Let's say that was a beta male move.
Adam was a beta male.
Ooh, no.
Adam was a beta
podcast, male. Like,
that's why God kicked him out of the garden. He was a beta male. Really a simp. Because if God tell you don't do that,
Oh,
hold on. If the Most High tell you don't do that, and this chick come over here and say, hey, take a bite of this apple. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, God don't know what he talking about. And you do that, whatever you deserve whatever coming to you. You deserve whatever coming to you.
What you say? He deserved that. He deserved that.
So the Simone Biles thing that also brings me up to a question I always like to ask. Does social media benefit relationships? It was a beautiful podcast, but one thing I do, that's a topic in its own because they will pick you apart. Me and you could come on this and they could snip out something I said where I could say, yo, woman is my way or the highway, and they could just turn me into a villain. Yep. But I stand on what the hell I say, yeah, it's my way or the highway. Or you get the hell out.
I'm sick of you alpha males, honey.
Go, I don't care. Like, this is my life. You're not gonna fuck it up, right?
When you're dealing with the alpha male ladies, let me just tell you, you're gonna have to be on his program. Yes. The one thing that concerns me though, when it comes to dating an alpha male, is will he validate my feelings? If we're having an issue in our marriage relationship, will he acknowledge and validate my feelings? Because what I found out through conversation, y'all push it to the side like it's not important because it's not important to you.
This is the bad thing. This is the con. How important are your feelings? Are your feelings
it doesn't
more
matter.
Hold on. Are your feelings more important than the relationship? Yes or no?
Is my feelings?
Are your feelings more important than our
marriage,
than our household?
No,
than
it's not
family?
more important.
Okay. Yes, when you're feeling good, things are going to run smoother. The sex gonna be better. It's gonna be sex. When you're feeling bad, it ain't gonna be no cut. I get that. It ain't. It's you kids. You gonna be a little bit more frustrated, short tempered. I get it.
Okay.
All right.
But where you going with this? What
I'm going with it is, all right. These are your feelings. Let's recognize them. Let's do our best to change them. What is the source of your feelings? What I learned about a lot of women, when you unpack them feelings, it comes from a lot of ego and narcissism.
And that may be true.
It comes from a lot. See, my ego is me doing certain things to make men, we do certain things to make ourselves feel better, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all do things for the validation of your feelings, your acknowledgement, and that's fine. That's how God created.
That's how we're created. That's how we're wired.
Created y'all, and it's sometimes it's frustrating because if you do the feeling shit too much, it's not gonna hit the same.
But why should it frustrate y'all if that's how God created us? That means you guys need to have more patience.
But you need balance. You can't be feelings. Acknowledge them.
Oh no, we're not gonna be on no feeling stuff all the time for sure. We not gonna
all the time.
I mean, every conversation we have shouldn't be about my feelings. That's gonna irritate you.
The older you
it's gonna be exhausting.
The older you get, that's easier for you to say. For them 20-somethings.
Well, they better take notes then.
That from them 20-somethings that's doing everything based off of chemistry, they're going to be a lot of feelings based. And even those men who don't understand, okay, she having a bad day. This the third time she having a bad day. The first two times, if you having a bad week, I'll probably notice by Wednesday. Cause the first two, I'm like, all right, maybe it's her period, maybe I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna make sure I do everything I need to do to not piss her off anymore. Then I'll be like, damn, what's wrong? Well, you ain't get, and it's usually the same. And it's okay. We all have egos. It's based on you ain't noticed this, or you ain't giving me enough attention. This we didn't talk about this yet. It looks like you're distant. Y'all like to say you're always in your phone. You're playing the game or you're watching the game. You've been hanging out with your boys. And it's never just, hey man, look, I want to. It's never just communication. It's always like something dramatic.
We make an issue out of it is what you're saying. Instead of us saying, baby, I miss you and I want to spend some time with you. I feel like, other things have been drawing your attention and I want to spend time with you. When can we do that?
See, but look. Now, as an alpha male, I tell men this all the time. I say, you still got to you can't gorilla it, like force it. You still have to manipulate it in a good way. Manipulate her emotions and caress her mentally. So, okay, it sometimes it only take about an hour to fix all them little emotions that she been throwing at your ass. Or
a conversation, or just some comforting words.
Yeah, or a conversation, or a comforting word. Or I like to do, because words, I'm a man of action. So
that's really what you want, a man of action.
Right. So now I ain't got, because I don't like doing all the conversation talking. I might do a great gesture. I know you've been working hard. Here's some flowers. Let's go get some ice cream. Let's go get some coffee, or let's go to your favorite restaurant, and let's crack some jokes. And that's how I get around that shit.
No, that's really all we be needing, though.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm telling you, when I go to unpacking what's your problem, I'd be so upset that it's just your ego, or you just want some attention, a little bit more attention from your man, or you trying to figure out why I'm liking all these big booty girls pics on Instagram or something. Right? That's another thing.
How she know you liking all them big booty girls?
Oh, they be knowing. I don't know how the hell y'all be knowing.
I know how they be knowing.
I don't know how the hell y'all be knowing.
Oh, I can't give out the tea. I'm gonna give
out some secrets. I don't know how the hell.
But there's a way for us to see every text message that you send out on your phone without us even being near.
I know about the little cord, and I
don't know a cord. He don't know, ladies. I'm not gonna game him. He's an alpha male. We can't give the juice and the secrets away. But I don't do that personally. Right. But see, that's just not my forte.
And this way I get on y'all too. While you focus on trying to catch me, you should be focused on
keeping me,
making me happy. Because sometimes, believe it or not, he might be entertaining somebody, in your gestures and the way you treat him might stop him and say, "Man, I can't fuck with yourself." I done used to do that a lot. I'm like, temptation, but I'm like, boy, I know she can't replace such and such. I ain't doing that.
So women need to stay up on their game when they get a man. Just keep him.
I love it here. Now, if I don't love it here,
is that a problem you guys run into? A lot of alpha males run into, like, getting in a relationship and a woman doesn't do a good job keeping you.
Yeah, don't do a good job.
So what does it take to keep an alpha male?
I might be having a rough day. And one thing I used to hate is, instead of, "Babe, I love you, I miss you," or "I got dinner ready for you," is, "Who you been talking to at the job? You ain't text me. You ain't call me on your lunch break. Why you ain't call me? Why you ain't call me and I ain't pick up and you just sent me a nice, beautiful text encouraging me to have a good day?" I done just been through some bullshit at the job. And I'm one of those guys, when I go through, I get quiet. I don't want to talk about it because you might make it worse. Especially if I know how you are, and y'all have a big thing of playing devil's advocate sometimes. I don't know why the fuck y'all do that. But black women love to play devil's advocate. But when I start playing devil's advocate, it's a problem. So... So it's a problem. So that's why I just like, nah, I'm older now.
Yeah.
So I just like to stay to myself and see where I messed up, and I'll fix it, or can I fix it, or can I move on? Can I still build from the messed up environment? How can I put my imprint on the environment at the job or in my household? And sometimes I don't need to hear your voice. I need to hear his voice, right? I need to hear the voice inside me. And there's a lot of distractions, like from social media, a lot of stuff going on. I done broke a girl down to where you don't think our relationship is good enough because you see this couple taking all these pictures and going on all these trips.
The comparison.
Them niggas miserable. I know him. This man complain about the girl every day. Like, yeah, I'm like,
and honestly, I think that goes back to women being very insecure and not knowing who they are too, because the type of woman I am today.
Comparison is a thief of joy.
Come on, but the woman that I am today, that doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm a different breed, but it doesn't matter to me what everybody else is doing on social media, because I understand that our journey is our journey. It's not gonna be like another couple's journey.
And that's
so those women who, they doing this and you not doing enough, then you want something way more than what you have in front of you, and that's what you should go after. You feel me? And also, some women don't even know what they want. They just chasing the image.
Right.
They're chasing Instagram. They want to be an Instagram model because,
And I hate that.
like, I do too. Like, be your original
I hate
self.
that because I think it stunts our personal development.
Sabotages us for sure.
Because we see all these highlights and no lowlights. And then when we see the lowlights, it's so much drama surrounding it. Like, oh, we thought she had the perfect marriage. This girl, when I get married, when I seen that podcast and the way Simone Biles was smiling at everything he said, even that boy could have said ABC 1, 2, 3,
She in love.
She was idiot grinning.
She is in love.
But my wife, that's how my wife better be.
She better be my man.
Yeah. I need that. Why the hell? Why would I get in a relationship with a woman who always trying to humble me? No.
You don't.
Nigga, no.
You deserve.
No, yeah.
My black men deserve women
And
that are crazy about them.
And that is why
not physically.
I hate. That's why I hate. Yeah, we.
Not
it's
physically.
And then it's easy because he a football player, so he already built like a tank. And then women like muscles.
And women gonna be at him. They're gonna constantly be throwing themselves
and that's
at
what
him.
I'm saying.
So your wife gonna have to be your
he
biggest.
see himself as the prize, and that's why I say sometimes black women are worse than white men, because when a black man sees himself as the prize and he has confidence in himself, they be in the uproar. All they do will spend all day trying to humble you. They went on that boy, they pulled up that boy's stats. He was ranked 101st. They was like, Simone Biles is first in gymnastics. He's 101 in football and tackles. Baby girl, do you even know football? You don't know football. He plays safety. If your safety is making all the tackles, your defense sucks. Somebody about to get fired. Why is my safety making all the tackles? He all the way back there. That means he the last person to the end zone. That means if I run 15, 20 yards down the field, he gotta save me. He gotta save the defense. He's the safety. He ain't supposed to be making all the tackles. But it's just like, you motherfuckers don't even know football. You don't even know football. And y'all talking about his tackles. That's not how you grade a safety. You don't grade a safety on his tackle. You grade him, does he get here quick? Is he in his area? Who's catching the passes in his area? Oh, they not catching passes? He catching it. You grade him like that. If he does what he's supposed to do, it's gonna look like a boring game for him.
Yeah. My thing with the Simone Biles thing too is they're just finding little things to be mad and pissed off about.
Why we do that?
She's a gymnastic and he's here. Like, she's here, he's here. My thing is, a lot of women don't want. If I'm a millionaire woman, if I'm a gymnastics, right? If I'm Simone.
Have you have a son?
Yeah.
He plays sports. He played football.
Yeah, but he didn't play he played basketball.
All right, ask him how hard it is to tackle somebody my size. That boy tackled people bigger than me. That is very hard to do. Yeah, it ain't pretty like flipping in the air and splitting, and landing in the split. I get it.
Yeah.
But y'all know y'all can't. Simone Biles can't do what he do, and he can't do what Simone do.
But
they're the best at it.
They looking at the image. They
and
looking on the outside.
You can't even relate. But you can't. Even if Simone's out the way, you couldn't get that man. You couldn't get him. He a millionaire, got no kid, no felonies. Don't do drugs, and y'all telling me he not the prize? That's all.
They felt like she was the prize, boy. They drugged me in the comments because I was like, what I'm trying to say is, some women who have already had that publicity, the money, and the high ranks, sometimes they don't want a person on the same level as them, because men who are not on the same level as you, making millions of dollars, that's constantly in the limelight, constantly in interviews, they typically value they typically value smaller things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they can teach you the value of the small things.
But can I say this too?
And it's like an equal balance.
Right. So I say this, like I told you before, if you treat her like a celebrity, she gonna treat you like a fan. If you always worshiping that woman and you letting the woman dominate that relationship, and you don't come with some kind of backbone and some kind of confidence. Because let's keep it real. He could, if he really wanted to, he could be a playboy and have 2-3 women in his bed
Facts.
every other week.
Facts.
I know for a fact because I ain't nowhere near NFL player, and if I tried, I can make that happen for me, right?
Facts.
So,
okay.
why would I struggle? Why would I put myself beneath a woman? It's gonna dry her up in the long run. Like I said, I've done seen women dominate their relationships and find me who not gonna let you dominate, sexually attractive. Why would I go? Why would you take that route? She liked that man because that's how he was. He was already funny.
Yeah.
He was already what I call
so would you
entertain. Like he probably like very entertaining with the way his ego is set up. Is very entertaining and make her laugh. But he's like a jokester.
I just thought about a question. So would you say that those two are together for compatibility?
Yes.
So to me, they got compatibility and chemistry.
But I'm telling you, I mean,
the compatibility produces the chemistry.
She has a beautiful smile. I think, that's one of her. And then she has a warm personality. That's hard. And then she a dog. That's hard. You don't really see that combination. That's a rare combination. When I call her a dog, I'm talking about she top dog, right? So you don't get that all the time. And shoot, that mean I'm the man. If she smiling and melting all over me, I'm really that dude. What you gonna do about it? She locked in. She never coming back. You can't never get her back. She never gonna be a part of the bitter woman crowd. And then I'm gonna make sure I put a baby in her.
What you gonna
right.
Let me go and lock this down.
Yeah.
And that would be the first. She would be the first.
Yeah, so
that'll be her first child.
So and then it was like, what's she doing on a date now? So
why do we dehumanize people? Like they're not human.
Yeah.
When shit hit the fan on what shade room or internet, we dehumanize people. Like
so,
you on a dating app, I'm sure everybody listening to this podcast has
man, you on Instagram, you on Instagram, Facebook, that is a dating app.
Let me tell you something. I met a man on a dating app. Y'all, he was my prototype. He was compatible. The chemistry was there. We talked on the phone like 2 or 3 times. We went on a date, and I found out that the man was dating to have a baby. He was a gay man. Only child. His mom wanted to have a baby. So
you could have met him in real life.
Shit happens on a date now. It just does.
But it happens like that in real life. You could have met him in real life, got his number, and y'all could have hit it off and then realized what it was. It's like whether I meet you online
or in person.
I think online even better because I could study you a little bit.
Yes.
I could judge you off your page.
Give you a little mystery, not give you too much at first. Okay.
So he did. I think he going down the right path. He has a woman everybody adores, allegedly, but when they got married, I remember them cracking on her edges and saying she looked like
you just gonna have a troll.
You're gonna have trolls, right?
Gonna have a troll.
Right. So that's what. And the troll is just a person who don't feel good about themselves, and they got to tear other people down to make themselves feel good. Like I always say, a loser's job is to make you feel like a loser, so they can feel less of a loser.
Yep.
Right.
Facts.
So remember that if you got a person that's always tearing you down and always want to humble you or pull you down, just know they're a loser, and you could call them that. And leave it at that. Like, why you hate? I'm gonna give some people a pass to be critical, but if you always critical, you a hater. Always. So just know who you're dealing with. I mean, now we have the other guy who I felt like we need to talk about real quick, Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you worship a woman and you don't really know what you're doing, and you ain't got a woman who's crazy about you, but she crazy.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna say this, man. He got arrested. He got convicted on a charge for basically running away from a white woman. He pushed her back in the car, and I think that was the assault charge where he pushed her back and she hurt herself. So they was like, he's guilty of that. which is really like a slap on the wrist, but it's still like it cost you $50 million. It cost you $50 million.
I've never seen nothing like it. I hope you guys have seen the footage, but in the footage, he's running away from this woman.
Running away.
He's running away from this
How
woman.
do you get a conviction? But guess what? That's being a part of being a black man in America, and that's why I say Simone, that guy who chose Simone Biles, that was the best thing he could have did, because that woman is more famous than him. So it's kind of like she got something to lose too. When you deal with women and you up here, them big alpha male bosses that love them, love them stay-at-home trophy wives. This the backdrop, because that trophy wife gonna get restless and she gonna take half of everything you owe. Guess who ain't taking half of everything you owe? A boss chick.
Because she got her own.
You got her own.
I just said this the other day.
If
I get married, we are doing a what?
A
prenup.
Come on.
Because I'm coming in with a lot. And I don't want, with all due respect, now would I love to have it, of course, but I don't want the karma that comes behind that shit. And not only that, I got my own shit.
Right, so
I can go build my own shit. I have that much confidence in myself, so why am I taking half of you and what you got going on?
And I think
I'm not tearing down a black man like that.
Yeah, but I think men.
I'm gonna check this time, y'all.
Hold on, check the time for me.
Huh?
Check the time for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Check the time.
We'll just do a part 2.
Oh, we at 54.
All right. Well, we'll get back to it a little bit later. This been Alphacology.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Jonathan Myers.
Jonathan Majors next time.
Why I say Myers?
Jonathan Myers and Majors.
Majors, you got to cut that out.
Well, he need to change his name to Jonathan Minors now, because that way he finna do minor movies. But
Jonathan Majors.
We're gonna talk about Jonathan Majors, right? And we're gonna talk about the mistakes he made, and he did. And he's also an alpha male, and the mistakes a lot of alpha males make, and it's really based off their ego, because they should be with women that elevate them instead of violate them.
He went against the code, y'all. We're gonna talk about that. He went against the code.
You don't like what I say about that. All right. Peace out.